Good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you so much for coming today, and thank you so much to coming to talk to me, as well as sharing with all of our followers about motherhood. So this month for our Upwell Club, we are focused around mama life, and I could not think of a better person to talk to other than yourself. We met as mama friends.
We sure did.
Back when our oldest was in kindergarten, they were in the same class, and meeting you every single morning in front of the school for drop off. Always seeing you such immaculately dressed, ready for the day. That always like, I'm usually in my pajamas rolling out. And then knowing you, and I'm always in awe of you, being a GM of an incredible luxury hotel, Upper House, the number 5 hotel in the world. Also just being, such an advocate for wellness and also self-care, being an avid runner yourself. You run with your husband, you raise money for charity. You have 3 then you have 2 more young boys, 3 very young boys. So, I always, many time in the day, whenever I'm experiencing hardship, I always think, how does Kristina do it? So thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Michelle. No, I feel extremely lucky to be here and to have you as my special mommy friend. So, and raising our 3 kids side by side.
It's true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So please share with us what's your journey with pregnancy, postnatal, working mommy, being all that you are.
Thank you. Well, thank you so much for having me today. I've been very blessed with my 3 boys. We've had our journey to get there, like other people. I've been very lucky that I've had natural deliveries. I've managed to stay active during my pregnancies, walking till the very end. I recall during my last pregnancy with Rio, he was 4 days late. And I was still walking around that Happy Valley racecourse, 12K.
Yes.
And I could feel the contractions coming, and I was like, oh, maybe it's just Braxton Hicks. Maybe it's just Braxton Hicks. Walked Causeway Bay, and then it was 100% full labor. But I think staying active mentally really helped me through the emotional roller coaster that is pregnancy and postpartum, as well as my delivery and recovery. I worked with some amazing trainers as well for pre and postnatal at the gym. So Jen Mackay, Muk, Stéphanie Cuvelier, they were so helpful to me for pre and postnatal care. I still work out with them. Good yoga, I did all of my prenatal yoga with Lindsay, which was amazing. So I think for me, a really core part of my being is being able to move and stay active, both from the mental relief that it gives, as well as I've got 3 young boys, so I need to be.
You gotta keep up.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So, and I'm very lucky to be able to do so.
It's incredible.
Thank
And
you.
how do you balance your many hats in life? Work, kids, home, avocation, all of that.
I think I'm really lucky to have an amazing support system. So beautiful friends that have become chosen family, like yourselves and Kale. My whole family is in Hong Kong, so my parents are very, very involved with the children, and a huge support system, as are my brothers. I obviously have my husband, who is such an amazing partner, at sharing that load with me. He's been incredible, especially where it relates to my career, at championing me, and when I have those moments of self-doubt, as we always do, at helping me to overcome those. And I think because we actually met working at the Upper House together.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Yeah, over 10 years ago. So he's able to empathize a lot and give some great advice because he's come from the industry. So I'm really lucky that I have this tribe around me of amazing people that are incredibly supportive and loving and caring. And I think as a mommy, you know this, that our children are the greatest gifts, and we're so blessed to have them. And you might have had a rubbish day and you come home and you see their faces and it's like you forget everything. You know, they are the most important things at the end of the day. We do what we do for them so that they, you know, they will grow up in the best possible way that we want to give them.
I have to 100% agree. You know, you go through a lot of like, you know, what you're doing the entire day, and when you get home you see the kids and you're like, oh, why? That's why I did it. That's why.
Absolutely. I recently listened to an interview with Jamie Lee Curtis, the actress, and when she was a younger mum, she used to, you know, it was a rhetoric of like, mummy has to go to work, and you know, a child will complain and protest. And she said something instead, changed the rhetoric now to our generation of saying, mummy gets to go to work.
Yes.
And I think that really struck a chord with me, and I love that. So I've even, you know, when we have to work on the weekends sometimes, when, you know, the kids aren't always the happiest when that happens, I've tried to kind of change the way I frame it to them as well. And I think much like yourself, making work very approachable to them. You know, they come to the hotel, they know our team, they know what mummy does, they feel part of it, they feel proud of mummy, and they want to know, what are you doing? And when I FaceTime them from the office when I have a break, what are you working on? And not that they really understand at this point from ages 2 to 6, but I think it's great that they are part of it, as of my wider family. That's
really beautifully put. And then this is, I totally have to 1000% agree. You know, like I remember when my kids were younger, particularly Maddie, the oldest was younger, you know, you will comprehend, oh, I have to go to work today. But then I thought, you know, actually this is role modeling for her too. You know, like we are contributing to society. Work is beyond just providing means for your family. There's a meaning behind it. There is people that depends on you for the entire ecosystem. And it's I think it's very powerful for them to see it from the young age that, you know, work is not just about, okay, you receive a salary, you provide for your family, everybody's fed. But beyond that, there is that ecosystem that you're feeding into, and there is that community behind it, real people.
And it's also like the relationships that we have with that. I mean, that our relationship that stemmed from the school gates and through work and this beautiful family friendship, that they see other, you know, our long-standing team members that have become my second family, like Paul, like Edward, that they're growing up seeing that mummy works with them, but they're also, you know, part of our extended family, much like Claire and Lindsay and some of our other partners at the house too.
It's very special.
Yeah, and I think because they get involved with some of the community activations that we do at the house, like the puppy adoption days, the volunteering, the markets that we do. So they are starting to learn, as you say, the kind of the community aspect, the aspect of giving back. And that's really important to both Andre and I as parents, because we are so lucky to be living in this amazing city and to, you know, they are growing up with privilege. And I think it's important that they learn not everyone is as fortunate.
For sure. And I know that you involve the boys with a charity organization that you guys do as well, which is amazing.
No, so we are avid supporters of Project Dignity, which started in Singapore and then launched in Hong Kong as Dignity Kitchen Hong Kong, which is a social enterprise in Mongkok, which functions as an amazing Malaysian restaurant. And it also gives back to the community. So they actually pack meal boxes daily, 50 to 100 meal boxes to feed the elderly and homeless community in the Mongkok area. So we go there as a family monthly to volunteer. And through our running that you mentioned, we also fundraise for them. This is the third year we'll be doing that.
Wow, amazing.
Oh, no, I mean, like, it's so special. If anyone has the chance to go visit them on Shanghai Street, it's honestly the best pandan cake ever.
I have to come with you next time. Yes, last weekend we missed out. We have to do it next time.
Definitely.
1000%. Yes.
Definitely.
So Kristina, if you can share with us, you know, one mindset, one tip, one idea for all of the parents out there.
think it is honestly to lean into your partner as much as possible, because if you two, as long as you two are strong, everything will stay strong. And it's so important for our children to see that, and that we chose each other as partners for life, and we made a decision to have children, so we need to do our very best for our kids together.
Amazing. Thank you so much for
Thank
your time
you.
out of your very, very busy day.
Oh, no, love
Thank
you.
you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.